Uncle Henry Show. Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show here on News Radio 710 WNTM 99.5 FM The Jag. What a beautiful morning. Just a wonderful, wonderful day here in Lower Alabama. We're going to try to establish telephonic contact with Darwin in the next 15 minutes. Looking forward to trying again to learn about news items from Darwin of Local 15. I'm doing a bit better. I was last night very discouraged as I went to sleep because of the continuing attacks from the president on Jeff Sessions. The stuff that got to me, now criticizing Jeff Sessions for recusing himself and all that didn't bother me as much as when President Trump told the Wall Street Journal, here's the quote from the president to the Wall Street Journal, quote, "When they say he endorsed me, I went to Alabama. I had 40,000 people. He was a senator from Alabama. I won that state by a lot, massive numbers. A lot of the states I won by massive numbers. But he was a senator, and he looks at 40,000 people, and he probably says, what do I have to lose? And he endorsed me. So it's not like a great loyal thing about the endorsement. But I'm very disappointed in Jeff Sessions," end quote. For some reason, that particular passage really, really irritated me, that he would say these things about Jeff Sessions. The idea that Jeff Sessions was not loyal and he only endorsed Trump because the president had big crowds in Alabama. No, that's just, I don't see this as an effective way of dealing with his problems with Jeff Sessions. Now, I know I'm just me. He's the president. He's certainly vastly more intelligent than me. Maybe he's got this all figured out. Maybe this is the way he's dealt with his employees for many, many years. Instead of firing them, publicly humiliating them. I don't know. But it just discouraged me to see. I guess one of the things about this is that the loyalty issue, I don't know that there are many people that have been more loyal in supporting the policies that Donald Trump campaigned on and in trying to get them carried out, whether you agree with the policies or not. This is the one guy that's going to try and get those policies carried out. The president will not find many people that will carry out what he wants carried out the way that Sessions will. So just very discouraging to see the attack on Sessions yesterday. So far this morning, the president has been tweeting a lot. He has not tweeted about Jeff Sessions yet.
Time saver traffic from the Main Street Flooring and Design Traffic Center.
Looks like we have picked up what you might describe as our first real traffic problem spot of the morning, an accident on eastbound I-10, a bit past Theodore Dawes. Right now we are seeing what looks like maybe a mile-long delay to contend with there. So look for that. A couple of emergency vehicles still on scene there. No major problems for Bayway drivers this morning, moving well to and through the Wallace Tunnel. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
Now, Gulf Coast weather from Local 15.
Hello and happy Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn from Local 15. We're turning the weather around today. The past couple of days, of course, have been more clouds than sun, wet and, well, cool for July. It's more sun than clouds today, and the heat's on. We're back in the mid-90s. It will feel like it's 105, though, this afternoon, and there is only a 30% chance of storms. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn from this iHeart radio station.
This report is brought to you by LifeLock. It's morning. Here's an eye-opener. LifeLock can see more threats to your identity than you can see if you're just monitoring your credit. And if something happens, a U.S.-based specialist can work to fix it. Go to LifeLock.com. Use promo code RISK to save 10%.
Follow us on Facebook. Click on that little F at newsradio710.com. News? Check. Traffic and weather? Check. Opinions? Check. This is the Uncle Henry Show, only on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show. We're going to try again to talk with Darwin here from Local 15 in about 10 minutes. Now, I've been watching the president's Twitter feed this morning, awaiting Jeff Sessions' comments, and the president has tweeted, he's just tweeted 3 tweets. Now, this is going to change the conversation probably for a little while. And this seems, I have not been paying attention to this issue, so this seems just coming out of nowhere, but I'm sure it's not coming out of nowhere. But the president has tweeted a policy about transgender soldiers in the military. I'm going to read to you 3 tweets. Listen to this. The president tweets, "After consultation with my generals and military experts, please be advised that the United States government will not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in any capacity in the U.S. military. Our military must be focused on decisive and overwhelming victory and cannot be burdened with the tremendous medical costs and disruption that transgender in the military would entail. Thank you." He did add a thank you to the end of his tweeting. So this will be, I don't know that this will change the conversation for long, but this will definitely be out there today, no doubt about it. And we'll hear a lot about it. And I don't know how many people this affects in the military. I think I saw something from USA Today about, could it be that 6,000? Doesn't it sound like a high number? But this, of course, this is going to be chewed up with cable news, and I'm also sure that this will result in lawsuits. But that is the policy announced via Twitter just a few minutes ago. President Trump saying, "After consultation with my generals and military experts, please be advised that the United States government will not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in any capacity in the U.S. military. Our military must be focused on decisive and overwhelming victory and cannot be burdened with the tremendous medical cost and disruption that transgender in the military would entail." So be advised, that'll be in your news today quite a bit. We did have a former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff saying that the transgender troops should be accepted and allowed medical treatment. I think that was done yesterday that he had that to say. So, still waiting to see if there are any tweets about Jeff Sessions. Back with more in a moment. If we can make contact with Darwin, going to ask him about the Civic Center and other things they're covering at Local 15. That's next on the Uncle Henry Show.
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best.
Hi, I'm Congressman Mo Brooks. President Donald Trump promised to build a border wall to keep us safe and protect American jobs for American workers. But Democrats, and even some Republicans obstruct funding for President Trump's wall. I make you this promise. Elect Mo Brooks to the U.S. Senate, and I will fight to fund the border wall. Right now, Chuck Schumer and the Democrats use the filibuster rule to kill our conservative America First agenda. Well, two can play that game. We must fight fire with fire. If I have to go to the Senate floor and filibuster to fund the border wall, I will do exactly that. America will build a border wall to keep us safe and to protect American jobs for American workers, or you will know the name of every senator who stands in our way and betrays the American people. I'm Congressman Mo Brooks. If you support a border wall, then vote Mo Brooks for Senate. I'm Mo Brooks, and I approve this message.
Smart Home America is a nonprofit set up to help you save money by learning just how to buy the right homeowner's insurance, how to fortify your house, how to be more energy efficient, and more. Learn at smarthomeamerica.org.
Green Day. Revolution Radio Tour Summer 2017. On tour now with special guests Catfish and the Bottlemen. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Green Day, live in concert.
This is Uncle Henry. I want to tell you about Dr. Thomas Bender and Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center. We love living on the Gulf Coast. We love all the fun activities, the fishing, the golf. But years of being out in the elements, well, that can accelerate damage to your skin. That can accelerate the aging process of your skin. Dr. Bender can help you with that. Dr. Bender is a board-certified dermatologist. He provides the latest innovations in medical skincare and cosmetic skincare, and he also has all the latest technology. He's got 3 convenient locations, Mobile, Daphne, and Bay Minette. You can find out more about Dr. Bender and all of the services he provides by going online. The website is advanceddermclinic.com. That's advanceddermclinic.com. You can make an appointment there online, or you can call for your appointment. The number is 251-631-3570. That's Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center.
If you want to work until you drop, reduce your standard of living in retirement, or lose more of your hard-earned money in the stock market, then just ignore me. But if you'd like to generate a steady, predictable income, I'm talking real wealth and financial security for as long as you live, then listen to this. A free report is now available that reveals the money-making secrets Wall Street and the banks don't want you to know. It reveals how you can get guaranteed growth, safety, and wealth-building power without risking your money in the Wall Street casino. To get your free special report, visit bankonyourself.com. That's bankonyourself.com.
Smart Home America is a local nonprofit set up to help Gulf Coast homeowners learn how to save money. Learn how to shop for homeowners insurance and get the right coverages. Learn how to re-roof your house with a fortified roof that's safer and can increase your property values. And learn how to save all the time by being more energy efficient. You'll find information and resources at smarthomeamerica.org. Build a stronger home, save money, and get the right insurance with smarthomeamerica.org.
Looks like we have picked up what you might describe as our first real traffic problem spot of the morning, an accident on eastbound I-10, a bit past Theodore Dawes. Right now we are seeing what looks like maybe a mile-long delay to contend with there. So look for that. A couple of emergency vehicles still on scene there. No major problems for Bayway drivers this morning, moving well to and through the Wallace Tunnel. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by Always Money.
Always Money.
Need cash for back to school? Visit Always Money for a cash advance up to $500 or ask about their auto installment loans for more money and more time to repay. Visit alwaysmoney.com to get started. Loans subject to approval.
Gulf Coast weather from Local 15 and the Kemco Metal Buildings Weather Center.
Good Wednesday morning, everyone. Meteorologist Jake Dunn here with your forecast. We're going to go partly sunny today and hot. We're back in the middle 90s. Now we may see a storm, but the chance is small, only around 30%. We're in the mid 70s tonight, then it's middle 90s again on Thursday with a slim chance of a storm. From Local 15, I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn for this iHeart radio station.
You're home for Rush every weekday at 11. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. We have news headlines coming up from Fox and from Local 15. Speaking of Local 15, we have Darwin with us. Darwin, good morning.
Good morning. I missed our first opportunity. For some reason, my phone erased your number, and I don't know why it did that.
Well,
technology evades me sometimes.
Well, I'm the same way with my phone. When I can figure out how to make it work, it's always a wonderful thing.
Well, you know,
I'm sorry, you were about to say.
We had two magicians on this morning. Their names are Caden and Brooklyn Rocket. They perform over in Destin. They've been on America's Got Talent on NBC. They've been all over the world, and maybe they made that number disappear. They were making some things disappear at the station today. I think their phone number was one of them. I apologize.
Okay,
they were very good at what they did.
That is a great talent if they can use that magician talent with telephones. I was paying attention to your headlines this morning, and I wanted to ask you about the story on the Civic Center, because it really looked like we were headed in the direction of knocking it down or trying to sell it or something like that, and that's not yet the case, is it?
No, and it does kind of make you wonder. It makes me wonder, too, because for a while there, I think they were trying to market it to come up with some other plan, and it was a valuable piece of real estate. And the mayor kind of mentioned he'd like to see some development go in there, and I think they threw it out there, and no one nibbled on it. At least no one bit hard on it, and so now we're back to we've got the Civic Center here, and we might as well use it. I mean, because if you start from scratch and you build one, you're going to be looking at millions and millions and millions of dollars, whereas maybe we could sink $1 million or $2 million in this and then use it continue to use it. We've been using it along for Mardi Gras and other things. So, I don't know what's going to happen with it. They're doing an assessment, a feasibility study on not just this building, but a lot of city buildings to see if we're getting our best use out of them and what we could do to enhance that. So maybe there's new life for the Civic Center, and that would be good news for Mardi Gras crews because they really do need that facility.
Yeah, that's what's keeping it alive, certainly, is the very powerful folk that enjoy the Mardi Gras balls there in the Civic Center. I guess because I'm an old man, I'm excited about a list of city buildings because and if we're getting the proper use out of them, there's probably stuff that the city has that a lot of us citizens have no idea that the city has it. I'm kind of interested in what this list is.
Well, I am too. I mean, I just heard George Talbot say that in an interview yesterday on our station to say, it's not just an assessment of the Civic Center, it's an assessment of many buildings the city has. We've got the old City Hall North building that I had heard was going to be getting some new life. Now, I haven't heard anything on that for a while, but it's starting to become a popular part of town, and that will get some investors interested. They're building that new apartment complex down there by GM&O is supposed to be starting to go up any day now. They've done some footing work on it. They just announced this week that they're starting to work. They're going to release the bid with City Council approval on working on the Water Street project that goes all the way down to GM&O and eventually will tie into the Broad Street project, new pedestrian walkways in the median and narrowing it down to 2 lanes on either side. It's making it a little bit more hometown friendly as opposed to an interstate going through downtown.
Yeah, it's gonna change the character of downtown to have that many new people actually living in downtown. It's really going to be just a real transformation of how downtown is used.
Well, the old Merchants Bank building, that announcement's supposed to happen. I think it might even be today. They're going to reveal the plans for that. They've already said it's going to be a residential upstairs. I think it was about 15 floors or something, and then the ground floor will be commercial. We're looking, and right now, from what I understand, the apartments and condos that are available downtown are pretty much occupied.
So
there's definitely now a desire to live downtown, and once you get maybe 300 or 400 or 500 new units down there that are filled up with people, well, you've suddenly got a small town within downtown, and that's going to change the face of it. You're right.
The only thing they need to go to the next level is a Dollar General.
Well, there's a Dollar Tree on Broad now.
Oh, there is?
Yeah, they built that, across from Bishop State. There's a new shopping center there. There's a Dollar Tree. So, you can get your dollar trinkets right there.
Okay. Well, that's.
I know how I see you haunting them all the time. I know that's where you get most of your wardrobe.
You're absolutely right. It's there, and I have that strange perception that I'm getting a bargain, and I'm drawn to it almost hypnotically, Darwin.
It's seductive, isn't it?
It certainly is.
It pulls you in. Yeah. I'll tell you, if you can get a jar of coffee creamer for $1, to me that's a good deal.
All right, well, Darwin.
Hey, I'll go shopping with you any day. We'll count pennies and see which one walks out with the most stuff.
Okay. That would be. We'll have to do that. Hey, Darwin, got to run, but thank you for calling.
Always a pleasure.
There he goes, Darwin, Local 15. I didn't know there was a Dollar Tree in downtown. I'm going to have to find out about that. Now, put a camera there. Put a camera there. And let me watch the downtown Dollar Tree. That would be a good TV show. Who is going in and what are you getting there at the downtown Dollar Tree? All right, we are going to go into news, traffic, weather, all of that. You will hear from Darwin again with more headlines in just a moment. Thank you for listening to The Uncle Henry Show.
The Amazon Prime Washington Post just can't get over the 2016 election. On Monday, they published yet another what-if story. This time, what if Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown was Hillary's vice presidential pick instead of that idiot Tim Kaine? Sherrod Brown, we're told, has a deep voice. It rumbles like an outboard motor when he speaks in union halls. And when he talks, he sounds like a working man. Senator Brown told the Amazon Prime Washington Post that if he had campaigned in Wisconsin and Michigan, a lot would have changed. He said his wife thinks that we would have won. The Democrats would have at least won Ohio, she says. Well, sadly, Sherrod didn't run with Hillary. Tim Kaine, the guy with the big eyebrows, did. And he didn't deliver. Democrats did not win Ohio. They did not win Wisconsin. They didn't win the White House. They didn't win squat or diddly. Which brings us to Senator Chuck Schumer. The Amazon Prime Washington Post ran a lengthy piece on his not-so-veiled attack on Hillary. When you lose to somebody who has 40% popularity, Chuck Hughes said, you don't blame other things like Comey or Russia. You got to blame yourself. Chuck Hughes said that people didn't know what Democrats stood for. Their only message was opposition to Trump. That's not true. Everybody knows what Democrats stand for, including what Hillary stood for, and nobody except people in California wanted any of it. And that's it. No other answer to this.
Hey guys, let's talk performance. Are you tired of all the sex pills and products that just don't work? Are you frustrated with high costs and side effects of prescriptions? Wouldn't it be nice to know that when that intimate moment is happening, that you are confident to satisfy your partner every time? You need to try Noxitril, the explosive, all-natural male enhancement pill that will change your life once and for all. Noxitril is like having results on demand with powerful ingredients that go to work right away. We make it in certified, top-quality FDA labs, and the results are off the charts. Best of all, right now we are celebrating over 10 million pills sold and want all men to take advantage of our free bottle offer. With guaranteed results, you have nothing to lose.
Call now and find out how to get a free bottle of Noxitril while supplies last. Call 1-800-605-1673. That's 800-605-1673. Free bottles for a limited time, so call now. 800-605-1673. That's 800-605-1673.
710 Time Saver Traffic from the Dean McCrary Audi Traffic Center.
Authorities still on the scene of an accident on eastbound I-10 near Theodore Dawes. We've got upwards of 3 to 4 vehicles involved with this, still trying to get everything clear. So be aware of that. Again, eastbound I-10 as you pass up Theodore Dawes before the Tillman's Corner exit. No big accidents or breakdowns, though. If you're traveling across the Bayway this morning, that's been a quiet drive so far. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
Now, Gulf Coast weather from Local 15.
Hello and happy Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn from Local 15. The heat is back on today. We've spent the past couple of days in the 80s with more clouds than sun. Today it's back over to partly sunny skies and 94. There is a slim chance of a storm, but you may want one in your area because 94 will feel like 105. From Local 15, I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn for this iHeart radio station.
A suspect on the run this morning after refusing to stop for police, and now that search stretches from Saraland to Sims. I'm Local 15's Darwin Singleton for this iHeart radio station. Saraland police say they were trying to make a traffic stop on Highway 158 last night when the driver refused to stop and the chase was on, but it ended on Cushla McLeod Road in Sims. That's where a man and woman jumped out of the car and ran on foot. She was caught. He's still at large. No word yet on why they ran or the charges the woman is facing. Daphne's thinking about it, and now Gulf Shores is contemplating breaking away from the Baldwin County school system. The Gulf Shores City Council expected to vote on the proposal as early as next Monday. Some local residents have already started raising money for a feasibility study on the idea, and some supporters say the Baldwin system isn't bad, it's just too large. Baldwin County School Superintendent Eddie Tyler says he'll not stand in the way of any city that wants to explore options or ways they think they can better educate their students. Put down that frying pan. Let the chefs and the food trucks do the cooking. The annual Bay Bites Food Truck Festival is tonight from 5 to 8 at Cooper Riverside Park. Your ticket gets you 3 beverages and supports Mobile Baykeepers' mission to protect and preserve Alabama coastal waterways. The food costs extra, but you'll be able to choose from between nearly a dozen food trucks and cuisines, and there's fun for the kids, too. Tickets are $20, but you can get yours in advance for $15. You'll find a link to Mobile Baykeepers at local15tv.com. Click the station tab and look under Find It. I'm Local 15's Darwin Singleton for this iHeart radio station.
This is a Fox News alert. I'm Lillian Wu. The president just now tweeting out a major announcement on the military.
He's saying this, quote, after consultation with my generals and military experts, please be advised that the United States government will not accept or allow transgender individuals to serve in any capacity in the U.S. military. Our military must be focused on decisive and overwhelming victory and cannot be burdened with the tremendous medical costs and disruption that transgender in the military would entail. He ends it simply, thank you.
Fox's Shannon Bream, a subpoena against a former Trump campaign manager gets scrapped.
The Senate Judiciary Committee withdrew a subpoena for Paul Manafort last night after he agreed to hand over requested documents. The committee will continue negotiating with him on an in-person interview. Yesterday, Manafort answered questions about a 2016 meeting with a Russian lawyer who claimed to have dirt on Hillary Clinton.
Fox Radio's Rachel Sutherland. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Hey, we have an opportunity to slay the bike night this Thursday night at Harley-Davidson of Pensacola. It's a Christmas in July bike night. Ho, ho! Music by ADD and a frozen t-shirt contest. That's not for the squeamish. We'll even have snow on the ground, free burgers and sausage, and free frosty adult beverages provided you drink responsibly. 'Tis the season for the Christmas in July bike night from 6 until 9 this Thursday at Harley-Davidson of Pensacola, Highway 29 in Car City.
As a small business owner, you make every dollar count. So what could you do with $10? Go to Vistaprint.com today and you'll get 500 high-quality custom business cards for only $9.99. That's less than 2 cents per card. And at Vistaprint, your satisfaction is absolutely guaranteed. So it's never been easier to turn 500 strangers into connections. Just visit Vistaprint.com and use promo code 4242 at checkout. That's Vistaprint.com, promo code 4242.
Hi, I'm Jay Farner, CEO of Quicken Loans. Every day people ask me, can I still take advantage of today's low rates? Is it still a good time to refinance? The answer is yes. Now's a great time to call Quicken Loans at 800-QUICKEN. The rate today on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is 3.99%, APR 4.19%. Call us today at 800-QUICKEN or go to QuickenLoans.com. That's 800-QUICKEN.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 3030.
This is Uncle Henry with news and comment. A lot of us can't tell when a photo is fake. We'll talk about that after this. For SAD Healthcare. SAD Healthcare now offering LSVT, research-based treatment for the debilitating movement and voice-related effects of Parkinson's disease. Call 251-343-9600. It's spelled SAAD, sadhealthcare.com. There's so many pictures now online in dating profiles, Facebook, Instagram, scientists wanted to find out how good people are at determining when photos have been faked. Researchers say we're not that good at it. In fact, in a test of more than 700 men and women, participants could tell a fake only 60% of the time. This is why all our friends look so much better on Facebook than they do in real life. You'll find more of me online at newsradio710.com.
We love Nick Saban. Just wanted to get that out of the way. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Coming up in about 15 minutes, we'll have a new edition of Dear Ariel as we compare Ariel's answers to the answers of Dear Abby. Talked a lot today about Jeff Sessions and the criticism, I think, ridiculous criticism of Jeff Sessions from President Trump yesterday. That interview that he gave the Wall Street Journal really was very discouraging. Let's talk to Bert. Hello, Bert.
Good morning, Uncle Henry.
Yes.
First of all, I don't think that Sessions is going to resign. I think he's going to make Trump fire him if Trump really intends to do that. Now, if Trump really does fire Sessions, then I think Big Luther, the Swamp Thing, is going to have to change his strategy about Mo Brooks. I've noticed that he hasn't run any ads against Roy Moore. I don't think he figures he'll be able to take any of Moore's support away from him.
Right, I think a lot of these candidates feel like that it's going to be Roy Moore and then somebody else in the runoff. And might as well keep your powder dry until you get into the runoff.
But all he's got against Brooks, or all he's been using, is Brooks' failure to get on the Trump bandwagon during the primary campaign. But if Trump fires Sessions and gets a whole lot of Alabamians ticked off at him, I don't think that's going to work anymore. I don't think that's going to work in Big Luther's favor.
I'm not sure, Bert, because I'm running into a lot of people that love Jeff Sessions and they still love Donald Trump despite the conflict, and they're kind of in both of their corners. I know that sounds strange, but there's still a lot of Trump enjoyment in Alabama despite all the attacks on Jeff Sessions.
Well, what I don't understand is why Trump waited so long after Sessions recused himself to start giving him grief about it.
It's because his family is suddenly being pulled into these committee meetings. When the son-in-law got dragged in, that's when this all started to explode.
And I bet they ain't seen the last of that business either.
Oh, you're right. Well, look, the special counsel can look into anything, so we might have the entire Trump family in front of a committee.
It's entirely possible. Well, thank you for taking my call today, Uncle Henry.
All right, thank you, Bert, for your phone call. And also, now I got discouraged with all of this attacking of Jeff Sessions, but I also understand that the president can attack you one day and then a few weeks later he can praise you. He said horrible things about John McCain months ago, and now he's calling him an American hero. So he may be praising Jeff Sessions sometime in the next few weeks. Traffic and weather together. We do it every 10 minutes on the 9s, and then we continue.
Authorities remain on the scene of an accident on eastbound I-10 just past Theodore Dawes. That's exit 13. It does look like they still have a police unit on the scene there where the light's going, and delays have been fluctuating a bit, so be aware of that. Bit of a problem spot there. No big problems for Bayway drivers this morning. It's been very quiet and uneventful between the Eastern Shore and the Wallace Tunnel. With Time Saver Traffic, I'm Ray Romero.
This report is brought to you by Lazy Boy.
It's Bass at Lazy Boy, making your living room rock. We're talking about the wow factor, the soul of the house where you gather, watch TV, read, visit, live in it. Is it neglected and sad or loving and hugging? Because if it's sad, we can turn that frown upside down by making your living room rock.
Gulf Coast weather from Local 15 and the Chemco Metal Buildings Weather Center.
Hello and happy Wednesday. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn from Local 15. We're turning the weather around today. The past couple of days, of course, have been more clouds than sun, wet, and, well, cool for July. It's more sun than clouds today, and the heat's on. We're back in the mid-90s. It will feel like it's 105, though, this afternoon, and there is only a 30% chance of storms. I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn for this iHeart radio station.
This report is brought to you by McDonald's.
McDonald's $5 daily deal. Enjoy a different extra value meal every day of the week for $5 each. Get hooked on quality and value with Filet-O-Fish Friday, Big Mac Monday, and more at McDonald's. For limited time, price and participation may vary.
This morning at 9, ask the expert. Then Rush at 11. Right now, it's Uncle Henry on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. Coming up in about 10 minutes, we'll have another edition of Dear Ariel, where we compare the answers of Ariel to Dear Abby. Dear Abby still exists, still printed in newspapers around the country. Yesterday, John McCain returned to the Senate. I know you probably saw some of this or heard it on our station, where he returned to participate in health care voting. He made some comments about the different sides working together. He also, I know you've probably heard this, but I want to share it with you again. This is where Senator McCain talks about media blowhards. He doesn't want the other senators to pay attention to media blowhards.
Stop listening to the bombastic loudmouths on the radio and television and the internet. To hell with them. They don't want anything done for the public good. Our incapacity is their livelihood.
Okay. So the bombastic, was it bombastic loudmouths? No, pardon me for a second. I want to make sure I get that right. Is it bombastic loudmouth?
Stop listening to the bombastic loudmouths on the radio and
that would be Rush. That would be Mr. Limbaugh. I'm sure. Now I know there are other loudmouths, but the number one critic of John McCain in the radio media has been Rush through the years. I don't know if you've listened to Rush. Maybe you haven't listened to Rush for many, many years, but for many, many years, Rush has been very critical of John McCain. By the way, the Republican Party in Arizona, even though he continues to get reelected, his own Republican Party people in Arizona have been upset with John McCain on many occasions because he has been a little more moderate than they would care for him to be. But it's been Rush. Rush has been the one that has led the charge against John McCain, and even for several years used to do a John McCain impression. And it wasn't bad. It was not bad. It was not a bad John McCain impression. But he talked about blowhard loudmouths on radio and also on television, where he's saying that it's the incapacity of Congress is how they make their living. And I don't know if I buy into that. I do know that for a lot of those shows, conflict is definitely their livelihood. I don't know that incapacity necessarily is the livelihood, but certainly conflict is. And also the creating an atmosphere where you look at your political enemy, or I shouldn't say enemy, your political opponent, as an enemy, and kind of creates an atmosphere where the idea of compromise is seen as almost immoral. Both sides looking at each other that way. So that's John. Will the senators listen to John McCain? Of course not. But he did get to say it. All right, when we come back, Dear Ariel.
You've heard the news.
It's a new generation of missiles.
You know the story.
All options are on the table.
Now it's time to share your opinion.
We have a very serious issue in the world right now called North Korea.
News Radio 710, WNTN.
A lot has changed since Sandy Stimson became mayor. Mayor Stimson made the tough choices, and now big things are starting to happen here in Mobile. Thanks to Sandy, Mobile is on solid financial footing. We have new police cars, fire trucks, roads, and parks. Businesses are moving here, and we have cruise ships back in port. The momentum is real. Let's not stop now. Re-elect Sandy Stimson for mayor.
Paid for by Sandy Stimson for mayor. P.O. Box 70106, Mobile, Alabama 36670.
Hey, if you're looking for a chiropractor, let me introduce you to the doctors at Mobile Chiropractic Associates. I'm Uncle Henry, and I'm seeing Dr. Call. He's helping me with my neck pain and my elbow pain. Mobile Chiropractic Associates is located on Downtowner Boulevard, and along with Dr. Call, you've got Dr. Dixon and Dr. Henry. They've got a practice for the entire family, for people of all ages. If you've got back pain, neck pain like me, sports injuries, work injuries, problems from a car accident, see the people at Mobile Chiropractic Associates. They've got a friendly, professional staff. In fact, the great customer service started for me when I made my first phone call to get an appointment. Most insurances are accepted. They do all the paperwork. Call them at 251-341-1211. That's 251-341-1211. Look for them on Facebook or visit them online at chiroassociates.com. That's Mobile Chiropractic Associates. Take care of your skin. See Dr. Thomas Bender at Advanced Dermatology and Skincare Center. Dr. Bender sees patients in Mobile, Daphne, and Bay Minette. Find out more online at advanceddermclinic.com.
When was the last time you walked out of a mattress store feeling confident about your purchase? These places exist for one reason: for a highly trained, commission-driven salesperson to dupe you into spending way too much money on a mattress. Hi, my name is Neil, and I'm one of the co-founders of Casper. Casper was created with a single goal in mind: deliver a great night's sleep at an incredible value. So we hired a team of engineers and designers to develop a single perfect mattress that sleeps cool and has just the right sink and bounce. We sell the Casper mattress online, skipping the markups of mattress stores, and we let you try it out in your own home for 100 nights risk-free. In less than 3 years, we've rapidly become the internet's favorite mattress. In fact, it now has more than 20,000 reviews with an average of 4.8 stars. Try us out today.
Simply go to Casper.com and use code EVENT to get...
And hello, Facebook. We're entering our final segment of the morning. Not that we're looking forward to it or anything. I'm sure Ariel agrees with me that we could just do this all day long. All right, coming up, Dear Ariel. This letter, I looked at several Dear Abby columns today, and it's like the bottom, maybe toward the end of the month is when just the bottom of the barrel letters. People that you wonder how they even could write a letter. So we've got that to look forward to. I'm also going to ask Ariel about her special pole fitness showcase. As Ariel she just started learning to be on the pole for fitness purposes, and now she's being asked to participate in some special presentation. All right, and let me see. Oh, no. And now the president is tweeting about Jeff Sessions. He's going after Jeff Sessions again on Twitter. And he waited until the end of the show. I guess that's good. All right, stand by. We go back to radio here in less than 30 seconds.
We're going to go partly sunny today and hot. We're back in the middle 90s. Now we may see a storm, but the chance is small, only around 30%. We're in the mid 70s tonight, then it's middle 90s again on Thursday with the slim chance of a storm. From Local 15, I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn for this iHeart radio station.
Roll Tide. This is the Uncle Henry Show on News Radio 710 WNTM.
Uncle Henry Show, thank you for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. During the break, the president tweeting again about Jeff Sessions. The newest tweet is, why didn't Attorney General Sessions replace acting FBI Director Andrew McCabe, a Comey friend, who was in charge of Clinton investigation but got, and then the tweet trails off. It'll be followed by another tweet here in just a few moments. So the president starting in on Jeff Sessions again this morning. While I'm waiting for him to continue with his attack on Jeff Sessions, let's have an edition of Dear Ariel. This is where we take letters to Dear Abby and we put them to Ariel so we can compare and contrast the answers of young Ariel to extreme elderly Abby. Ariel, are you ready for a fresh Dear Abby letter?
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Dear Ariel.
Okay.
My boyfriend cheated on me the whole time I was pregnant last year. He lived in Florida and I lived in Missouri. He didn't make it back for our son's birth like he promised. Now that he's back, he stays out all night. He won't get a job to help support our family. He lies in bed all day, gets so drunk he can't drive, and doesn't help out around the house either. It's obvious that I should let him go. I'm 11 years older than he is, and he obviously isn't ready to grow up even though he's 30. I love him, Ariel, but I'm tired of being treated this way. How can I get over this? And that's from Can't Let Go in Kansas City.
Girl, you already answered your question. Let him go. Build a bridge. Get over it.
But how?
You just do.
How can I get over this? How?
See, only you can answer that. That's a I need to soul search and find this answer. I don't care how much makeup you put on manure. It's still crap. So just go. Now that you know this and you realize what you're dealing with, go ahead and find somewhere else to be.
Okay. Ariel, did that letter sound made up to you?
Yes, because
it was like a long list, like checking off all the different things that you can do bad in a relationship.
He just stopped short of being a vampire. Like, girl, leave that man alone.
Do you think that letter was written by a new Abby intern?
Had to be. That sounds like something you deal with in high school.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not even going to give you Abby's answer.
She probably told him to go to counseling, didn't she?
No.
Really?
But she tells him kick him out and move on.
Duh, girl.
Okay. Before we end this edition of Dear Ariel, and I turn my attention back to the tweets, you're going to be involved in some kind of a pole. Not dancing, pole fitness showcase?
Showcase, yes. It's kind of like, you know how they do those shows where everybody shows off their muscle, those muscle shows. I don't know what they're actually called. But it's like that, to get people to see, hey, this is what we do here. Let's break the stigma. By the way, want to take a class? It's $60 a month.
Okay, so when does the public get to watch you on the pole for fitness purposes?
In September.
Okay.
September 9th, I think.
Okay.
Is what it is.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to that, and if the public is invited, we'll be sure to give that information out.
Oh dear.
To so you can have Bama Big Man and other people show up and watch.
Watch me do my work.
Yeah. Absolutely. You'll be upside down.
I'm working on it. Like that's my next goal is an inverted pose.
Okay, so that is coming up September 9. And Ariel won't be with us tomorrow on the program because Ariel is going to Miami for actual work. She's going to some type of special meeting of people in her format of radio in Miami.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun.
Safe travels, Ariel.
Thank you.
There she goes. Another edition of Dear Ariel. While Ariel was taking the place of Abby here, another tweet from the president. Now he's tweeting as we end the Uncle Henry show. He's after Jeff Sessions again. So these are two tweets. The first one is, why didn't Attorney General Sessions replace acting FBI Director Andrew McCabe, a Comey friend who was in charge of Clinton investigation but got, and then the second tweet, big dollars, $700,000 for his wife's political run from Hillary Clinton and her representatives. Drain the swamp. So this is how many days in a row that he's been criticizing Jeff Sessions on Twitter. And we had caller Bert earlier this half hour say that he didn't think that Jeff Sessions would resign. I don't think he will either. Jeff Sessions gave up one of the cushiest jobs in all of political history, and that is to be a senator in the United States of America. It's a job where the buck really never stops with you. Even if you go to Washington and get nothing accomplished, you can blame it on the other senators. You can promise just about anything when you are a senator. And when you don't deliver, you can say, I tried, but those other senators, they just wouldn't go for it. And a lot of people in Alabama love Jeff Sessions. He likely could have stayed in the Senate for as long as he lived. So he gave that up to go in and aggressively push the policy agenda of the president. Probably no one else in President Trump's administration could push the campaign promises of Donald Trump the way that Jeff Sessions could in that position. And Donald Trump is going after him. It just doesn't make sense. Does not make sense at all. Out of time. Thank you so much for listening to the Uncle Henry Show. I'm already looking forward to being here with you tomorrow. Well, kind of. But I'll be here.